Daniel, the legend, Donato, and Will. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
And we are doing well. Is this lab on?
Is this mic on?
Hot mic.
Oh, cool.
It's hot mic. So,
It feels hot.
So we're at Blue Ox Music Festival in Wisconsin, but which is, I don't know where we are anymore when I'm with you, Dan. But basically, because like I see you all over the country, man. You leave, and you as well. You guys leave jaws on the floor, all over. I mean, I've seen you in like Rooster Walking the past month. I'm forgetting where else. Maybe Bonnaroo last week.
Bonnaroo.
I saw you at Bonnaroo last week too, man. I
Yeah.
didn't see your set, but I saw you like around the grounds.
Yeah.
Man, you're just like a busy dude, man.
Yeah.
So first of all, Dan, let me ask you like about your health. Like, how do you take care? How are you always in such peak state? Because you're always looking energetic, rested. What's the secret, man?
The guys will admit, like, I just have this reservoir that is in tune with something that is pretty depthless.
Yeah.
You know, and we can just go and just roll. You know, we're gonna do 140 shows. Yeah, like Will's used that metaphor a lot, because a lot of the times it can kind of be disruptive when everyone else is calm. You know, but like after the show last night, like I'm in the hotel room, like working on a song, or like I'm listening back to the set, or you know, I just kind of just go.
It's not, in other words, it's not work for you. It's just like you're living the dream. You're doing what you love, man.
Yeah.
So it's unlimited.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
It is.
And how does it feel, Will, to like, you know, to work with someone like that, like a guitar virtuoso, like you're also amazing, but like, does he like push you guys to like a new level? Like, how does it feel, you know, to work with someone at that level?
You know, it's like in the beginning where the job is more about execution and you're like getting comfortable with what you're doing. There's that part of it, and you sort of like learn what your tempo is together, you know, and so it is about like getting on the same alignment with that and like committing to the pace you're willing to work at, and like that the kind of level that it takes to be able to pull things off at a pace like that. I feel like as we get to know each other like better, as like, I mean, at this point we've played over 100 shows together. When you get to know each other better, you learn how to support each other like even further than that, where it's like, it's not just like, I'm going to catch you when you fall. It's like, hey, I'm going to help you pull back when it's like, it's time to pull back a little bit right here, like something like that.
Absolutely.
You know, so
and then
it's all support.
100 shows, and like you guys have such camaraderie on stage. How do you guys like, because I'm not an artist, I have a lot of artist friends obviously in Nashville, but like how do you guys deal with like, you know, little skirmishes or like family issues, like just making sure that you guys don't hate each other because you're spending so many hours together?
It's just like a family, you know. It's like there are some days where there's not camaraderie on stage, but there's honesty with emotion.
Yeah.
You know, I can get pissed on stage, or Will can get pissed, and you butt egos, but it's almost like the difference between happiness and something that is meaningful, where it's like it's happiness is more of a honeymoon thing that happens, but then you get into the stage
like
of
a dopamine hit or something.
Yeah, and you get into this stage of a relationship that is meaningful.
Yeah.
And what meaningful means is that you persist both through the dark and the light. And you find a way to come out like a phoenix through the ashes, through whatever the situation presents. And that is, you know, that's what music's about, and that's what relationships are about, and that's what any persistence of a vision truly is you going through the ups and the downs and coming out and persisting with patience and positivity through.
Right.
And so we just do it. We just get it done. Even we left 2 days ago. We had a 7-hour drive to get to this gig that we had in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And you know, a few hours before that drive, the three of us and my manager were meeting because we kind of had some qualms in the band that we had to discuss. Sure. We had to get them done, and you know, and it's like, but we got in the van 2 hours later and we were totally cool. And it's like,
it's good housekeeping for sure.
Yeah, housekeeping.
It's good housekeeping. I mean, like you always have to be able to sort of bring your issues forward before they become a problem that is like more rooted, you know.
Yeah.
It's like pull it out before it becomes too much of a thing. Obviously on the road, it's a difficult place to like do that kind of thing, but we try to just make each other feel good about being able to do that, and that like just keeps our issues relatively contained. We don't let it grow out of control, you know.
It's working.
Yeah.
And Dan, you have such a busy day, so thank you. Let me leave you with this, because you're playing twice tonight. It's unbelievable. But let me leave you with this. Your podcast.
Yeah.
You have. I mean, I'm a podcaster. You know, that's what we do full time. So much respect to what you're doing, because you're one of the most popular podcasts in the country, man, and it's awesome. But what I like the most about it is your empathy with your guests. Like you could be a therapist, man, if you weren't like a musician. Where did this come from? Where does this understanding of like the soul come from? It's unbelievable.
I don't know, man. I've always had a spiritual fascination with things, and music was the first thing in my life that really allowed me to have a medium to dive into that realm. Right. Things have always been so spiritual for me. Just my entire life, I've always followed that. I've always been what's the term now? Omnist?
Omnist, yeah.
Omnist, where it's somebody who doesn't subscribe to a particular religion, but they find a derived truth in any one of them. Yeah. I guess I'm one of those. And I love talking about those things and exploiting those things and exploring as well, and just seeing how they can enhance my life, and then anyone who else wants to listen enhance their life. And musicians especially, they kind of fall into this niche of society in terms of they're more or less a nexus for a religious experience for people. Even if they don't know it's a religious experience, music is a religious experience. It's like,
100%.
yeah, when I loved Lord of the Rings as a little kid, it was a religious thing for me, you know. And then and that's the thing about music, is people don't even know it. Some do, but a lot don't, and a lot of musicians don't even know it. A lot of musicians tell me they don't believe in God or they don't believe in anything. It's like, but you play music. That's a little interesting to me, because where's all this coming from, you know? And but the whole goal of the Lost Highway podcast is to show the philosophical side of cosmic country. You know what I mean? And show how it really is this chasm of only benevolence and potential. And just diving into that and discovering your true potential and fulfilling the greatest person that you can be. Because there's a lot of shit in life.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of reasons to not do things or to not try things, and there's a lot of people that are always going to try to persuade you or water down your vision, and you might even do it to yourself and you not know it. So if I can do anything in life to just remind people and to perhaps maybe be a beacon of some degree to trying.
Next time I don't want to do something, I'm going to be lazy on a Sunday, I'm just going to think of you guys.
You should be playing a show somewhere.
Absolutely.
You know, so people ask what day you're playing, and I'm like, if you're going to play 140 shows in a year, you have to get rid of days.
Yes.
Because Monday feels different than a Friday, feels different than a Saturday. You have to get rid of days and just exist in time.
Beautifully said, Danny.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mason By, friend of the show.
Howdy. Good to see you. Good to see you too. Yeah.
Of Wisconsin.
Oh, I know. We're out here where Paul Bunyan was, chopping down them trees back in the day with Babe the Blue Ox, and I reckon that's where they named this after.
Do you even know where you are sometimes?
I just wake up and I'm here. I mean, I have a horrible conception of geography, so I know we're up north right now. But it feels warm, it feels great.
It's a nice summer day.
Yeah, it's a great day up here.
Traveling so much that it's like every state,
Where am I? Yeah.
Next day. Wake up in a bus, you come out, you play.
I mean, I have some kind of notion, but
Totally agree.
I actually didn't realize this festival was up north.
Really?
Yeah. But it's one of those festivals where I've always wanted to come here for a while now, because they feature a lot of bluegrass acts here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And growing up, I always thought about maybe I could book a gig here one day, and then to come here and get to play is, it's a real treat.
Absolutely. Man, and let me ask you about your name is becoming such a lovable name in Nashville. Absolutely. It's like everybody. Yeah, dude. It's you're becoming a staple of the community more and more.
Wow.
And one of the things you're doing, dude, even before Old Crow, you know that. And you have a really great new project that we were talking about off camera.
Yeah.
What's the name of that project?
Intergalactic Tightrope.
Is it some cosmic?
It's very cosmic Americana kind of vibe. It's still got a lot of rock and roll. It was a brainchild of me and my buddy Charlie, and we're not, I'll be honest, we're not taking it super seriously.
Right.
We're just doing it for fun we've only played at D's.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you've heard about this.
People were raving about it.
When I'm off tour with Old Crow, we'll just play over there.
Dude, I love that.
Whenever I get a chance. But it's hard because I had to cancel one day where I couldn't do it. But the cool thing about it, it's not, and I love being a part of a project where I'm not totally relied upon to be there.
Yeah.
Where I can have such a band of heavy hitters where the show's going to go on. That's what I love about this show.
Right.
And and other stuff too. But that, like, it's called Mason and Charlie's Intergalactic Tightrope thing, because I started with my buddy Charlie Chamberlain.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of great guys in there. Christian Ward on fiddle. He wrote that song Red Daisy with Jared Walker that Billy Strings, got all big. And we've been playing that some in that setting, and then some other stuff that me and Charlie write a lot. So just trying to go for like the Byrds meet like, the Grateful Dead meet something more intergalactic, cosmic, like.
I love it. Man, Mason, don't you think that like people that were like in a golden era for like Nashville, like bluegrass and what you do? I feel like, when Laurel Canyon was happening, or like the West Village in New York, people didn't know until later, like what was happening. But I feel like you coming out of Nashville, I mean our mutual friend Sierra, like there's so much good shit coming out. I feel like people are gonna look back at this era 20, 30 years from now like something significant, no?
Well, man, there's a lot going on in the world right now, and there's a lot to sing about, definitely. And I think that's causing a lot of people to rise up and sing, and play an instrument. It's a beautiful time to be singing right now. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Actually, let me ask you about that. When shit happens in the news, like on the real world stuff, whatever you think of it, it doesn't matter. But like, does that give an extra energy to the performances for the day?
Definitely. Like tonight, we're definitely trying to take notice of some recent legislation that's been put into place and let people know how we feel about that.
So Mason, let's talk a little bit about Old Crow and the new record and the reception and the touring. Like, how has that been going on this year, man?
It's been great, man. I love this new record, Paint This Town, that I've been, so honored to get to be a part of. I'm the newest Old Crow member, the Young Crow. This is my buddy's been called #YoungCrow, and getting to sing on that and be a part of the whole album was a mind-blowing process for me to just kind of jump straight in to join the band without having played a show before, and then go straight into the studio. So it was a lot of fun, and I love the song so much. Ketch is such a great songwriter as well, and it's kind of a turn, a little bit genre-wise for the band. It's more heavy on the rock and roll side of things. But it's funny because we already got another album in the works. Yeah, that's around the corner. That it's already been recorded that I'm on, and it's kind of and that one it's cool because it's kind of a turn towards the roots again. This next one that's going to come out after this. Yeah, but we've been painting the town, and I think the fan response has been great. The Paint This Town song, it's it's like a roots, almost mixed with like a yacht rock kind of like party vibe, like some kind of like a John Cougar Mellencamp, kind of like a Glory Days feel behind it, and I just love it. I think it's a crowd pleaser.
Is it more fun to play like the songs that like you were part of, like from the beginning, more than the ones that were before you?
It's funny that you asked that because I like playing some of the new stuff, and I love being because I get to bring my own take on it as a new member. It's like I was the person who recorded on this. Whatever I do is how it originally sounded. But I also kind of love having that map of I've listened, because before I joined the band I was a huge Old Crow. So it's almost, I hate to say this, but it's almost nice having the map of like someone who killed it, absolutely rocked it, and to be like, all right, I can just do that, and put my own definition on it, and it's a little easier, in some ways, but and it's fun too, because like getting to sing, like I was saying, those songs that were hits for me, and now being the voice behind some of them, or getting to play along with them, it's a dream, and so that brings a lot of joy in my heart.
Joy, your fury. By the way, dude, speaking of that, like Hulk, like fury that you bring to the stage, like how do you do it? Like, take me to the 15 minutes before you hit the stage. Like, are you doing jumping jacks, man?
Yeah, we do jumping jacks, and we get ready. If you've seen the show, it's so jam-packed with, I mean, it's like bam, 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 song after song after song, and every one of us sings lead in the band, and every one of us can dance or is jumping up and down or is smiling, screaming, having a good time, moving around the stage, and it's addicting being on the stage with all the guys, but especially Ketch, who he's just a ball of energy, man. He's like a lightning bolt when he hits. Well, I appreciate that, but he's like, I draw a lot from him. Sure. You know, when you have positivity and a light that's shining so bright, that helps your light shine. Sure. You know what I mean? And so I'm very thankful for the guys. So when he comes out there and he's bringing that lightning bolt, I get electrified, you know, and I get up out there and I start moving too, and then it becomes contagious, and then the whole crowd's got that lightning bolt just going, you know. And then they're going, tell it to me. Tell it to me, yeah. Oh my gosh, it gets, you know, it's fun, old-timey music that we all hear down at, you know, it's like, it's ingrained in us. Some of that, you know, like Tell It To Me, and some of that's old blues music that the band dug up and is still singing today, you know, it's like, it's a hit.
So the last time I was with Old Crow was actually at New Year's Eve in the Ryman. Yeah. Already 6 months ago, which is crazy. How was that?
That was a great show.
I was the second night.
Have Sierra,
who's a good friend. I feel like her almost a little bit right now with this, the flowers and everything on my head, you know, because she
festival mode. It's you know, it's people get it.
Loves Sierra to death. So that was great to get to Sierra Farrell, for anyone listening. For her to, you know, open the show, because she's been an old-time buddy of mine before I joined the band. Sure. And also, it was, wow, what an amazing landmark performance to get to play at the Ryman. Right. And not only that, but it was also like, it was a good show. It's a good show. It felt, there's some shows, you know, you play and you're playing some landmark place, right, and it's just like, that was okay, you know, it's so great to play here, but I didn't do the best, you know. Yeah. But that one was fun. That was, I felt really solid about it. Yeah, and then my family was there, my girlfriend's family was there. I had a lot of friends and family in the audience that night, so it felt like a family holiday. It was, and I'm looking forward to do it again and again and again, because I know it's a tradition for the band. Yeah. That one felt good. I'm glad you were there, because it was, in my opinion, it was a great show. We also don't always dress up. Like, our festival attire is kind of like, we got like pearl snap shirts and some jeans. Yeah. And but we all dressed up in like a tux for that show. I mean, it makes sense because we're at the mother church of country music. It has so much history there. We gotta show some respect. I love it. Yeah.
Awesome, bro. Well, thanks, man. Thanks for joining, dude.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.